just to know what you knew. Restless every time we start locking eyes. Lost control. Oh, it's paradise with honesty, but I'm in the dead of the night. Let the darkness take control. Let the darkness take control. Darkness take control. May the darkness take control. Take me in the smoke, breathe me in and let me go. Sink to your heart to find you. Open up your eyes till you're blinded by the lies, so you can see what you do. Restless every time we start locking eyes. Lost control. Oh, it's paradise with honesty, but I'm in the dead of the night. Teardrops on the floor. The pain is over. Feel the darkness take control. Let the darkness take control. Darkness take control. May the darkness take control. Take me in the smoke, breathe me in and let me go. Sink to your heart to find you. Open up your eyes till you're blinded by the lies, so you can see what you do. Restless every time we start locking eyes. Lost control. Oh, it's paradise with honesty, but I'm in the dead of the night. Teardrops on the floor. The pain is over. Feel the darkness take control. Let the darkness take control. Darkness take control. May the darkness take control. Take me in the smoke, breathe me in and let me go. Sink to your heart to find you. Open up your eyes till you're blinded by the lies, so you can see what you do. Restless every time we start locking eyes. Lost control. Oh, it's paradise with honesty, but I'm in the dead of the night. Teardrops on the floor. The pain is over. Feel the darkness take control. Darkness take control.
We almost didn't hit the button there in time for the percentage bar finishing. Hello everybody, and welcome back for possibility today we might finish Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars. We must be approaching the end, so we'll see how far we get. We might run an extra 20 minutes maybe if we feel like we're approaching the end of the story. But yeah, it's after last night's game, because I mean it did take a very, very dark turn. Well, we are going to do the entire series of all the Broken Sword games. I only know Broken Sword 1 and 2. Saying that, I don't know 2 as well as I know this one. So we'll get to so number 3 and beyond. That'll be a complete mystery. So you guys will have to be solving the puzzles with me all the way through that one. But let's get started on this one there. Try and figure out where it was that we left off. Oh, the last time we saved it, we were still in Spain. Oh, no. Please don't tell me we have to do that puzzle again. Oh, no. We have to have... What's restore game? Oh, fuck off. There's no way of having that carry on with that chess set again. There you go, I'll let you have some audio.
You're back.
Oui, I have returned.
No way. Maybe not. Well, I wasn't expecting to see you back here again.
No? Well, it is a strange thing, but I am here on duty.
On duty? But you're just sitting there drinking wine.
No, I am not just drinking wine. I am undercover.
I must be missing something. You're in uniform.
Precisely, monsieur. My cover is that of an indolent, wine-guzzling police officer.
You've got me convinced.
Merci. But in reality, my every muscle is poised, every nerve honed. I am drawn tight, ready to pounce. Bang!
Who or what were you planning to pizzang on?
You must have heard, monsieur, of the terror that is gripping Paris.
You mean the killings? Oh, at last, someone's taken action.
People die every day. No, I am on the trail of Sewer Jacques.
Who?
Sewer Jacques, the terror of the subterranean city. He pops up here, he pops up there. The cops, they seek him everywhere. Is he so hush or beneath the neck? That damned elusive Sewer Jacques.
Bravo, that's very good.
Merci. I was up half the night writing that.
I was actually just when you're saying that there, if you were to take the hair off his head, would it actually not look like a squash? Those so we used to have them when I used to work in the for the fruit and veg wholesaler.
Who is this Sewer Jacques character anyway?
Ah, if we but knew that, we could have him in custody in an hour. But he is cunning. To despoil the sewers of our fair city, he has committed many deceptions. He has pretended to be a police officer and deluded a poor war veteran.
Uh-oh.
He has pretended to be a jongleur.
Wow, is that the time?
And an American tourist. What nationality are you, monsieur?
Canadian. Well, gotta go now. See ya. Well, it's not everyone who can say they started an urban myth.
Speaking of urban myths, last night, Chrissy, I said that I was going to get my hair cut today. When I got to the town, and the fella that owns the shop, he was standing outside getting a bit of fresh air. I walked up to the entranceway there, and he looked at us. He turned into the shop and shouted, "Look, we've got a Sasquatch here." Let's go into the cathedral.
I didn't have time to sit around.
It's weird not having the haircut. I'm like having to brush it out my eyes every couple of minutes.
Excuse me, Father.
Pardon?
Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Not at all, monsieur. It will be my pleasure to help you.
How long have you worked here?
Hardly work, monsieur. This is a calling. I have been helping Father Flambert for nearly 6 months now.
Flambert? Where do they get these names
I guess
from?
you don't know much about the history of this church, then.
Just a little.
What do you know about the Knights Templar?
You have come to the right place, if that is your interest. Many of them were executed in the square outside. It was a disgrace to France.
Well, the Pope was right behind it, though.
Clement V was a man of mammon, not of God.
That's kind of forthright for a priest, isn't it?
You think so? It is hard to be sure what happened. It is so long ago.
You must be proud to have such an incredible collection of stained glass.
Pride is a sin, monsieur, but it is hard not to marvel when the light shines through them. It is a fine example of the artisan's genius.
Look at the eyebrows down here compared to what they are in the cartoon caption in the top.
You've got quite a shine on that candlestick.
Ah oui, anything less than best would be an insult to the Almighty.
I guess so. I never thought of it like that.
That sounded rude.
What do you make of this chalice?
It certainly looks very old.
About as old as this church, I think.
There seems to be an engraving on it.
Yeah? What does it say?
I do not know, it is very tarnished. With your permission, I could try polishing it. I promise I will be very careful.
That'd be very good of you.
This shouldn't take very long. Feel free to look around.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, what's that there I've missed? Okay, Chris's hair was terrible as well, but mine just grows like absolute crazy. You know, you can't even like brush it because it just springs back into a crazy mess again. What's that there? Hello Zelda. We're playing Broken Sword tonight. So it's point and click for Mondays.
A knight, there in the company of his fellows. Biblical references engraved into the tomb edge to guide his way to the next world. I guess.
It's a brilliant story, full of hilarious accents and brilliant one-liners.
A knight, there in the company of his fellows.
Oop, I clicked on it already.
A scroll was a symbol of scholarship. I knew that much. A scholarly knight. That rang a bell. A very Spanish bell. I didn't recognize the biblical story in it. I was a Sunday school dropout.
Right, where's our inventory? Because we need the lens in there.
The lens fitted into the end of the scroll like a hand into a glove. Per disciplinum meum lux videbus. Hey!
What's this one here? Alright, so we're going to spin these until we get the get a picture. And whilst we're trying to figure out that one, we didn't do the egg count at the start today, did we? How many business presentations can everybody afford by now? The grip on these control points is absolutely shocking. Right, so that looks like it'll be the base. Actually, if we just concentrate on the base, we should be able to line up everything else. In theory. Right, let's put that flat. It's got a hand.
The distortions came sharply into focus. It was a Knight Templar burning at the stake. And below him a date in Roman numerals. A Knight Templar burning at the stake. And a date. Let me see. MCCCXIV. That's 1314. A stone knight lay in full stone armor, blank eyes looking at the ceiling. Carrying all that armor around must have been hard work.
Yeah, it's well, in the 90s when this game was made, this was sort of like, you know, the art style for like lots of the game studios, I suppose, but back then. But you know, I used to. They don't make games like this, unfortunately, anymore. But what's my count's up to there? So just shy of 9 for Zelda. We have 17.5 for royalty, and what's that? 30. Well, you'll probably get 47 maybe by the end of by the end of the stream.
On the end of the staff was some kind of disc with a cross on it. Around the base of the disc was a hairline crack. A statue of a knight holding a staff and a scroll. The Templars were demonstrating a pretty good grasp of physics. If the dissolution hadn't happened, we'd have had cold fusion power last century.
Let's see if he's finished polishing the cup yet.
Hey, thanks.
It is my pleasure, monsieur.
What was the writing on the chalice?
It was not writing, my mistake. It was a coat of arms. The remarkable thing is that it seems very familiar.
Yeah?
Oui, I think I have seen it on that wall tomb in the far corner. That winged horse is quite distinctive.
Is the right-hand window original?
Oui, monsieur.
Do you speak Latin?
You ask this of a priest?
Okay. Can you tell me what per disciplinum meam lux videbus means?
Let me see. That would be, by my teachings, you will see the light. I think.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Can anyone remember at the very start of the game where he could speak Latin because he's a lawyer and now he's asking for translations?
Catch you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
We'll investigate this panel over here then.
Now that my attention had been drawn to it, there was no mistake. There was no name on it, but the coat of arms was undeniably the Pegasus of the De Vasconcelos family. I'd found the last resting place of Don Carlos. My eye was drawn to the biblical references carved into the edge of the tomb. Hey, maybe these biblical references mean something.
Oh great, what's the instructions on here? With that aside, you must look for the highlighted numbers of the biblical... Oh, crikey. Chapters and verse in Latin numerals. Highlight the full... Oh. Well, here are the numerals. What we've got there? Corinthians, you said. That's a long one, so there must be a C starting at the start. Oh, hang on.
Corinthians 14:5. Not much to go on, but it must have meant something. If I examined the tomb more closely, there might be other clues to find.
Oh, hang on, there's one at the top.
Psalms 22:21.
what's that other one there? Looking for an MA, this one here. Nope, that mustn't be one. Hang on, there's another one of these ones here. I would never have spelt that with a P.
Psalms 32:7. The numbers refer to a chapter and a verse in the Bible.
Alright, what other ones have we possibly got? What names that I like? Oh, hang on, that's the one that you said as well, wasn't it? Nope, that mustn't be one that we need. Any of them go? So I'm trying to think like with a word search. Could any of them be vertical memories? A few random ones out there. This one here, you reckon, memories? Nope. I think is this like a key that's around the outside or something? That might help us look for however many we're getting. Trying to see like which ones have like the numerals next to them. Or is that all the memories?
Now that my attention had been drawn to it, there was no mistake. There was no name on it. But the coat of arms was undeniably the Pegasus of the De Vasconcelos. Hey, maybe the...
Oh, right. I thought maybe we might have had them all. We just had to exit the game. I had one across here.
Psalms 22:21. Not much to go on, but it might... If I examine the tomb more closely, there might be other clues to find.
There was one here.
Psalms 32:7. The numbers referred to a chapter and a verse in the Bible.
We had this one here, the whole line, wasn't it? We're looking for a John somewhere on here. Ah.
John 4:11.
There we go.
But a series of Roman numerals ran around the plaque. I made a note in case they meant something. Psalms 32:7, John 4:11, Corinthians 1:4-5, and just one more, Psalms 22:21. I may not be perfect, but I've got a memory like a steel trap. The chalice had led me to these inscriptions, but it looked like a happy coincidence to me. After all, the De Vasconcelos arms were already on the manuscript. Nope, I was still convinced that the chalice had some significance all of its own.
Ask the priest if he knows anything about them.
Hello again, Father.
Bonjour, monsieur. How pleasant to speak to you again.
Did you know that the center window conceals an image of a man burning at the stake?
The Burning Man?
What, you knew?
That there was a hidden image? No. But the church has a reputation for being haunted. Many times people have claimed to have seen a burning man in the window. But when others they look, there is nothing. Perhaps the light has to be just so for the figure to appear.
Yeah.
Oh, it
or
sounds
maybe
really
a
creepy.
special lens. Boy, what a shine you got on this.
Merci. It is all in the wrist action.
It just gets more and more rude.
Catch you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
But yours like a Civ royalty. let's head out here. It's one thing. I'll like having seen these in Paris. I love these little structures on the outside of the the cathedrals and what have you. Right. Now I can see a flashing light over the museum, so I assume that means that's where we've got to go next. Talk to this pillock.
Hi, Andre.
Hello, Georgie.
While I was in Syria, I discovered a strange pagan statue. It was like a head with 3 bearded faces. Horrible.
That sounds as if it could be Baphomet, the idol described by the Templars.
The poor Knights of Christ had an idol that looked like that?
Allegedly. The description of the idol came from the evidence extracted by the Inquisition. Mind you, not one statue or idol was ever found on Templar property. Until now, that is. Just last month, a statue of Baphomet was unearthed right here in Paris.
Where?
At the Institut Hermétique de Naval. The statue is beneath the foundations. It was discovered by some workmen while renovating the building.
Can you tell me any more about the statue of Baphomet?
It's a fearful image, even now. A bearded head. The base of the statue is carved with Templar symbols. One of the workmen noticed a curious stain at the base. He claimed it looked like blood.
Blood?
That's right.
Thanks for your help, Andre.
You're welcome.
There we go, let's head on out there. So we've got a new place to go and visit. And for those that might be joining, like seeing this for the first time, the last time I played this was in the 90s, and I used to play it all the time. So quite a lot of the puzzles are all sort of like vaguely in my head. You miss Ultar royalty. I like the picture that you did the other day. We need to gather up all the one-liners that were liked. Oh, hang on, I don't think that's the right one. That's that one there. Hang on, this is the one I want to go to. Yeah, this is it.
Excuse me, could you help me?
What is it?
I've got a few questions.
This entire body here does not match down here at all.
You're doing a fine job.
Merci. I have my professional pride.
I don't think I've ever seen a Gauloise smoked so stylishly.
It's a natural talent.
I'm being sarcastic.
I'm being indifferent.
You're very good at that as well.
Merci. Vive l'indifférence.
What does the word Templar suggest to you?
Templar?
Nothing.
Nothing.
He must be the only one that's not fluent in the entire situation, because everyone else was encountered had like full knowledge of it all.
So, what are you doing here?
I am having my break.
Yeah, I mean when you finish your break.
When I finish my break, an interesting concept, monsieur.
You'll probably need to think about it.
I could have another cigarette while I consider. Perhaps tomorrow too.
Yeah, everybody he encounters seems to be. It's almost like. I've asked this before, haven't I? Have you guys seen Escape from New York and Escape from LA? Because everybody that he encounters, everyone that he meets, all know Snake Plissken, and they all know his history, everything about him. Like, it doesn't matter who he encounters, they all know his entire life.
Okay, let me put things differently. What were you hired to do here?
I was hired to keep the archaeological dig in the basement of this building clear of debris, and to touch up damage to the door frames with my little pot of paint. It's a very responsible job. Unfortunately, I'm not a very responsible person.
So what do you know about the excavation?
I know they won't let me in to do my job. I would complain to my union, but
You couldn't be bothered to join.
Right. Tell you what, though, I'm surprised at the sort of people interested in this excavation.
Oh, you got to go do some work for 2 minutes, Rolty.
What's unusual about the visitors to the excavation?
None of them look like archaeologists to me.
Do you know what an archaeologist looks like?
Three-piece suits, crocodile-eyed attaché cases, Rolex oyster.
But no archaeologist dresses like that.
Quite right, monsieur, quite right.
So, who are they?
Who cares as long as they pay me?
Which line was it, Chrissy, that's going on the list?
Be seeing you.
Au revoir, monsieur.
There we go. I'm sure, if I'm right, the puzzle that's in here, we have to make a cast of a key with the remaining bundle of stuff that's been stuck in his pocket for weeks now.
Hi? Excuse me?
Oui?
He has no... It's just whites his eyes in the picture here, doesn't it, versus up the top.
So, what exactly are you doing here?
I'm guarding. You expect to find me shearing sheep?
Take it easy. I just didn't realize you were a guard. I'd like to know what you're guarding, please.
That's a secret.
It wouldn't
Possessed.
happen to be an archaeological site, would it?
Are you asking me or telling me?
I'm telling you.
Then why ask?
I had a feeling this was no normal hole in the ground.
It's a hobbit hole.
What do you know about the Knights Templar? There was a long pause during which the guard said nothing. Then he said,
Nothing.
nothing at all?
Is this a test?
What, like a history pop test?
No, like a test.
Okay, yes, it's a test.
Then I know absolutely nothing about the Templars.
The guard was being amazingly evasive. It was going to take more than goodwill to get past him. Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Right, what control points have we got in here then?
The doorway led to an old utility closet that had lost its door. There was nothing interesting in there. I couldn't imagine what I'd achieved by turning the dial. There was a closed door with toilet scratched into the cheap veneer.
That door's locked, monsieur.
We'll get the keys off.
Hi
him.
again.
What is it?
I'd like to use the washroom, but the door's locked.
Oh, that's no problem. You can have the key.
Thanks.
Not very much of a good security guard,
The
is
door
he?
was locked.
A stranger comes down, he just stands there. We have to actually use the key on it, do we? There we go.
The thing felt really hot. Big demands seemed to be being made on it.
Yeah, I was right. This is the bit where we
Perhaps I could make a copy of the key.
make a key.
The key had made a clear imprint in the soap. The bar of soap had the imprint of a key in it.
And now we pour...
I knew keeping that plaster was a good idea.
Yeah, the hospital guard that asked no questions of you, but questioned everyone else.
Imprint in the soap with dry plaster.
I suppose when you've got people that's, that crazy bloke with Mr. Shiny.
You can't make a cast without wetting the plaster. But wet plaster alone does not make a cast. I used the dryer to speed up the process.
That looks incredibly rude.
Well, it had taken a while, but I had made myself a completely unconvincing plaster key. Way too fragile to use in a lock. I'd have to substitute it for the real one. Trouble was, it looked like plaster and not metal. Then again, that plaster statue in Syria hadn't looked like stone until I'd been a bit artful with it. Maybe I could improve the key as well.
Yeah, see, I thought I'd say it for you, Chrissy, because I know how your naughty mind works.
Do you mind if I use the phone?
Be my guest. I'm paid to guard this door. The phone can look after itself.
Hi, Nico?
George, what have you discovered?
Nothing yet.
Nothing. Is something wrong?
No.
George, why are you calling me?
Oh, no reason. I just wanted to hear your voice.
You did? Well, this is my voice saying, don't bother me, I'm busy.
Oh.
If I don't, you guys ever watch Red Dwarf? Because this guard kind of reminds me of the Scutters. Because there was an episode where Rimmer was like, obviously because he's a hologram, he was trying to cook, but he was using the Scutters to help him, and he says that because this guy's like, I'm here to guard this door, so I'm standing at the door. And the Scutters, he was like telling them, you said you have them in the you tell the Scutters like to keep an eye on that lamb, and the line was that they sit there for 3 hours and watch it burn.
Hey, monsieur, don't go with my keys.
Oh yeah, we've still got his keys, haven't we?
Hi again.
What is it?
Here's the keys. Thanks.
Merci, monsieur.
Right, let's
Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
So we need to get her on the phone to distract the guy upstairs so that we can use this paint.
Hi, it's me again.
What now?
I made this key out of plaster.
How thrilling! How clever! How pointless.
Right,
Be
exit this
seeing
one.
you.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Let's see, if we just click on that there, maybe.
Hey, monsieur! Get away from my paint pot!
Okay.
I should think so. Meddling with a man's paint pot. Pah.
Let's try it again, see whether or not we can trigger the conversation point now.
Hello, Nico. It's me.
What do you want?
Some ideas.
You're the man on the spot, George. I can't hold your hand all of the time. Au revoir.
Maybe if we... What if we missed?
Maybe not.
He's still got these possessed eyes, hasn't he? Let's go back upstairs just in case I've missed something with this bloke.
Hi, it's me again.
What now?
Right, I was just making sure because my microphone covers up this top bit of the screen, so I was making sure there was no dialogue options up there.
I was pretty sure the shaken shock had shot its bolt in Syria. Have you seen this man before?
Yes, he asked me a lot of questions, just like you.
Have you ever seen anything like this?
Yes, it's a communion chalice. I know, I used to be an altar boy.
You?
Yes, me. What's so funny about that?
Nothing.
A greasy tissue. Don't get it too close to my cigarette, monsieur, or there'll be a conflagration.
Be seeing you.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Maybe it's with the guard we haven't triggered something.
Hi again.
What is it?
I need to use the toilet again.
Again? Already?
I have this problem. How technical do you want me to get?
Never mind. Here's the key.
Right.
I couldn't get to the door while the guard was there. The doorway was full of assorted old tea chests, cardboard boxes, and so on. All empty and all uninteresting.
See if we missed anything in this room.
The door was locked.
We're going to use the actual keys on that, haven't we?
The thing felt really hot. Big demands seemed to be being made on it. Being in a charming comfort station like this made me think fondly of the toilet in Syria. That place was kept in pretty good order. At least, it had been until I vandalized it. Still, it was all for a good cause.
What's that there?
I wasn't about to wash my hands in this place, so I didn't need to dry them.
So there's nothing interesting about the teacups.
I didn't want any coal.
Something else I've missed through here. Oh, what's that?
I couldn't see any use for a collection of dirt and half bricks. I figured I'd best not bother Nico again until I'd got a good reason.
Oh, we know a good reason. Let's just try using, because we might have to trigger the conversation point from here to get access to the paint.
The doorway led to an old utility closet that had lost its door. There was nothing interesting in there.
We can't do the grease paint on the funny key.
Maybe not.
Let's hop back to him again just in case there's something else maybe.
Hi again.
What is it?
Here's the keys. Thanks.
Merci, monsieur.
Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
What have we missed?
Hi, it's me again.
What now?
I've got a sewer key.
I used to work in the sewer.
Oh? What happened?
I had a cigarette break in a pocket of methane. A manhole cover landed on the other side of the Seine and I was sacked.
I have some plaster of Paris.
Amazing.
Has a guy calling himself Merlin been nosing around?
Was he wearing a t-shirt with "My name is Merlin" on it?
I doubt it.
Then how the hell am I supposed to know his name just by looking at him? Huh?
Well, everyone else seems to know each other in this story. So that's every possible
Au revoir, monsieur.
dialogue up and exhausted.
The painter didn't seem to regard the painting as too important. Not as important as a cigarette break, anyway. Gunmetal paint. Interesting.
Hey, monsieur! Get away from my paint pot!
Okay.
I should think so. Meddling with a man's paint pot. Pah!
Remember that guy at the beginning next to where the bomb went off, and he just let you have his tools.
Monsieur! Get away from my paint pot!
Okay.
I should think so.
Right, let's see, we've exhausted all those conversation points. We've pressed all the buttons on the phones and all the things up there. Surely it must trigger the point by now.
Collard!
Hello, Nico. It's me.
Hi, George. What's happening?
I'm at the excavation, but they won't let me in.
Damn! We need to know what's in there.
Don't worry. I've got a scheme. I'm going to need your help, though.
Okay, what do you want me to do?
I want you to keep somebody on the phone for a while.
Who?
A painter. I need to get at his pot.
Oh, okay.
Stay on the line. I'll go and get him.
Yeah, I've got it now.
Hi, it's me again.
What now?
You've got a phone call.
For me? Are you certain?
It's a woman. She sounded hot.
What woman? She must be mistaken, monsieur.
Well, she asked for that hunk of a man with the nicotine fingers and his ass hanging out of his pants.
Certainly sounds like me. Stand back. It wouldn't
I like
do
that
to keep
description.
the lady from her.
Right, before he comes back up, let's dunk the key.
Well, monsieur, what a strange woman. She was all over me and then suddenly, nothing but abuse.
Really?
What? Abuse? Ah well, I have a cigarette to finish. And monsieur, if she calls again, I am not available.
Right, now we need to get rid of the guard.
I couldn't imagine what I'd achieved by turning the dial. A thermostat was mounted over a radiator. The radiator was pumping out heat as the thermostat was cranked right over to full. No wonder it was warm in here, even with the door open to the chill of fall. Hi again.
What is it?
It sure is hot in here.
I have to have the door open to allow the workmen access, so why not? I turn the heat up.
You could wrap up warm.
I have my gloves if it gets cold, but why bother when it's warm anyway?
I need to use the toilet again.
Again? Already?
I have this problem. How technical do you want me to get?
Never mind. Here's the key.
Maybe let us fiddle with the dial this time.
I turned the heating off. As I'd hoped, the guard put his gloves on.
Now if we swap the keys
Now,
over...
I'd substituted the fake key for the excavation key.
If we give him back the fake keys, but we won't be able to feel it now.
Hi again.
What is it?
I held my breath and hoped that he wouldn't notice the substitution. Here's the keys. Thanks.
Merci, monsieur.
Yeah, Rotate, I hope you're taking notes of all these one-liners.
Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Next, we need to get a shot of him.
Hi, Nico. It's me again.
I'd guessed. What do you want this time?
What did you say to the painter?
I shan't repeat it, George.
Look, I need to get the guard out of the way. Could you call back and ask him to get the painter again?
Okay, I'll call back soon.
Shouldn't give him the number. And she had one of
This
those
looked like a good place to watch things develop.
dial phones, didn't she, back in her apartment? There's definitely no redial button.
Hey, you! It's the phone.
Yeah, who is it?
How should I know? What am I, your social secretary?
It's not a chick, is it?
Yes, it's a woman. Are you going to answer it?
Does she have a warm, sensual voice like molten chocolate?
Yes, she has a really sexy voice. Now get a move on.
I'm not talking to her.
I can see that. You're wasting time talking to me.
No, you don't understand. I refuse to talk to her.
You refuse. You refuse. I'm wasting valuable time.
Don't make me laugh. Your time valuable? You just stand around all day.
I have a highly responsible job. Pah, don't pah me, you elephantine oaf. My job is important.
Impossible. They would have hired somebody competent in that case.
Meaning what?
Instead of which they hired a dismal rent-a-cop like you. All epaulettes and no brains.
Why, you...
This looked set to carry on for some time. It was too good an opportunity to miss.
Back downstairs. Missed the door.
The door was locked.
Yep, you need to get them all noted down, Chrissy, all the insults. Once we finish like this series, we're gonna have to like go back and just sit and watch like every single one of them, aren't we?
There was no doubt about it. It was the same sort of idol I'd seen in Syria, Baphomet. The Templars had certainly been through here. Close up, the pattern didn't make any sort of sense. It fanned out around an axis point, a kind of focus to one side.
And this is where we take the cup. I love this effect when you do this sort of thing, like with actual photos and such.
And there it was, decoded by the curves of the chalice, the image of a church. I found out what the chalice was for.
You've solved the puzzle?
Yeah, there was a distorted picture at the Baphomet site. When I viewed it in the polished surface of the chalice, it changed.
What did it show?
A picture of a church with a square tower.
I bet they'll know exactly where this tower is. Because everyone knows the complete geography of every single ancient site on the planet, don't they?
Just how long have you known Labano?
Andre? We met at college. He helped me out when I was a fresher. Showed me around, that sort of thing.
You never told me that before. I thought he was just a working acquaintance.
So he is. I rarely see him these days. You know, he hasn't changed much. A little lesser at the front, perhaps. I'd forgotten how much fun he could be.
Look at the chalice now, Nico.
What happened? It's shiny.
The priest at Montfaucon buffed it up for me.
That's incredible.
Yeah, looks as good as new.
No.
All in the wrist
found a
action.
use for a priest. That's incredible.
Oh, hang on, what's that there? Oh, you've got them all noted down from parts 1 and 1 and 4. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter where they are. Everyone knows the complete story of the Templars, no matter where we go. I think we probably.
I guess I'd better return the chalice to the Countess.
Hurry back, Georges.
I was just about to say we're going to go to the museum and ask the bloke, but if we're going back to Spain now. Couldn't afford $50 for a taxi, but can jump all around Europe. You just got soaked. Walk straight through it.
Hi there, Lopez. How's tricks?
Senor Stobbart, how pleasant to see you. You are well.
Fine, thanks. Is the Countess in?
She is waiting for you. I will show you up.
It's okay, I know the way.
Senor Stobbart, I feel I owe you an apology.
No, you don't.
I was impolite on our first meeting.
Look, Lopez, just forget about it. I came on like a snake oil merchant. I wouldn't have trusted me in your shoes.
You do not understand. Finding the chalice has given my lady a new lease of life. It's a marvel. She smiles, she laughs. The tradesmen are saying that she is on Prozac.
What's that? Is it, this guy here, I can't remember his name now. Is this the one that you started doing the next picture of?
So the Countess feels that the curse is lifted.
I would not put it so strongly. Your discovery of the chalice was proof that the Templars never abandoned the De Vasconcelos. It counts for a great deal with my lady.
What's the story behind the chalice vanishing?
When the Inquisition raided, in the absence of Don Carlos, it was believed that they had taken it. Naturally, they denied the charge, as they denied taking the children. And naturally, nobody believed them.
But they were telling the truth. The chalice was hidden from them. You don't suppose they were telling the truth about the children as well, do you?
Madre de Dios! I had not thought of that. But then what happened to them?
I don't know. If the Inquisition didn't take them, then who did?
You must speak to my lady of these.
Count on it.
So you try to do the mime from the beginning. You've got to do one of the key characters, one of the most important ones throughout the entire game, and that's Mr. Shiny.
Catch you later, Lopez.
Adios, Senor Stobbart.
Mr. Shiny's owner, who's clearly done something inappropriate with that floor polisher. Oh, to psycho eyes.
Senor Stobbart, oh, what a pleasure. Please, sit down.
Hi, Countess. The pleasure's all mine. I've brought back your chalice.
Why? You've had it cleaned.
Yeah, I met an obliging priest with a soft cloth.
Have you resolved the Templar mystery?
No, not yet. I don't even know what it is I'm after.
There are many stories of the knight secreting great wealth away.
Whatever. All I know is I don't want the bad guys to get it.
Ah, to be young and live in a world of moral absolutes.
There's still the mystery of the missing chess piece.
I do not think that it will ever be discovered unless the fate of the children is revealed.
The Inquisition were suspected of taking the chalice and the kids, right? We know now they were innocent of the first crime. What if...
They did not take the children either. Then what happened to them?
The Inquisition admitted to killing Don Carlos's manservant. Now, this guy had been told to protect the kids at all costs, right?
That is correct.
I think he hid them and the chalice when he got wind that the Inquisition was coming. With him dead, and Don Carlos driven mad with grief, there was nobody left who knew the secret. You know what this means, don't you?
I fear so. The children are still here somewhere. If this is so, then it is small wonder that the de Vasconcellos are cursed.
I discovered something amazing with that chalice. In Paris, I found a church where they recognized the coat of arms. I found the tomb of Don Carlos de Vasconcellos.
You are sure? There can be no mistake?
The coat of arms on the chalice matches the one on the tomb.
Incredible. You have my most profound thanks. I must go there as soon as possible.
Yeah? Well, I'd be happy to show you the city. There's something else that I discovered carved on Don Carlos's tomb. Biblical references.
What are the references, Senor Stobbart?
Psalms 32:7, Corinthians...
I am not a good enough scholar to know the Bible, chapter and verse. I meant, what are the quotations?
You know, I forgot to ask the priest.
What a tool.
I'll have a look around if that's okay.
My home is your home. I shall remain here.
I wander back out to that thing, because there was still the thing with the window, wasn't there?
Mausoleum, summer house. Easy mistake to make. Mausoleum.
How do we get over there? Ah. Because you remember when we were last here, I was trying to shut this window.
Now what? There was nothing to snuff. Feeling like an idiot, I put it down again.
But that guy said this was flammable. He's not trying to hide that massive pole down his trousers or something, like he hides all this other junk that he carries around with him.
Now what? There was nothing to snuff. Feeling like an idiot, I put it down again.
There we go. Days later.
The candle had burnt brilliantly, but only for a couple of minutes. Some kind of special formulation, I guess. And had yielded up this. A complex shape expertly cut in stone. I figured it was some kind of key.
Right, let's take it back upstairs to the woman, whatever her name was. Betty. We'll call her Betty. Back up the stairs.
Hello again. Mind if I sit?
Please, be my guest.
What do you make of this?
It looks like some sort of key. Where did you get it from?
It was buried inside the great candle in the mausoleum.
Inside it? What have you done to it?
I, lit it.
But it is irreplaceable.
Listen, the candle was to be lit in case of Moorish attack, right? Well, it burnt down in no time and revealed this key thing. Maybe that was the real purpose of lighting the candle.
What are you suggesting?
That lighting the candle was the equivalent of break glass in case of emergency.
Sentiment must not stand in the way of solving this mystery. You did the right thing.
Crazy eyes.
What does this charred tissue suggest to you?
You have pyromaniac tendencies?
No.
Well, let's try and shake her hands with the buzzer.
No way.
Nah, no fun.
I'll have a look around if that's okay.
My home is your home. I shall remain here.
No wonder outside there. We need to find well, the kids wherever they're entombed.
Hi, Lopez. Got a minute?
Certainly, senor. How can I help you?
Do you know what this is?
No, senor. Is it some kind of key?
Yeah, I think it probably is.
Where did you get it?
It was hidden inside the big candle in the mausoleum.
And you burnt it? I wondered what the light was I saw through the window. My lady will be furious. The candle was centuries old.
Ah. This tissue is charred.
You won't get any argument from me on that, Senor Stobbart.
Catch you later, Lopez.
Go back in there.
Adios, Senor Stobbart.
Must be something we've missed in here, perhaps.
Now that it had given up its secret, the glass squares in the lectern were just decorative again. It was too delicate to move. George Stobbart, grave robber. No, I don't think so.
Can't use this on anything like this, can we? No. One of those odd-shaped keys.
The main part of the house was old, but nowhere near as old as the gatehouse section.
Wander over here in case there's something. That's just a bit for his hose, isn't it? Let's go to the gatehouse and see if we can actually get out to it. I can't quite remember.
It was the driveway down to the main road. I didn't want to leave just yet, though.
No. Well, there might have been some there we could do with that thingamabob that we got. Let's go and talk with him again, just in case we missed something.
Hi, Lopez. Got a minute?
Certainly, senor. How can I help you?
This Bible's in Spanish.
See?
I would have expected Latin.
Be careful with it. It was a present to my lady from an old friend. He died a long time ago. It is all she has to remember him by.
Okay, I'll handle it with kid gloves. Catch you later, Lopez.
Adios, Senor Stobbart.
It was the Spanish Bible I borrowed from the mausoleum.
Try taking that back upstairs to her. Find out what those other verses mean. What would any of them mean?
Hello again. Mind if I sit?
Please, be my guest.
Here's the Bible from the mausoleum.
Very well. Let us begin. The first reference.
Psalms 32:7.
Thou art my hiding place. Thou shalt preserve me from trouble. Thou shalt compass me about with songs of deliverance. My hiding place.
Don't get your hopes up too high. This might just be leading us to where we found the chalice.
You are right, of course. The next.
Okay, John 4:11.
John 4:11. Here. The well is deep. The next. Quickly.
Okay. Corinthians 4:5.
Here it is. Will bring to light the hidden things. Any more?
Just one. Psalms again. 22:21.
Save me from the lion's mouth, for thou hast heard me from the horns of the unicorns. The last is confusing. Lions, unicorns, what does it mean?
I can't guess.
Salient points seem to be a hiding place and a deep well. In no sense is the mausoleum a well, Senor Stobbart.
Is there a well in the grounds?
I do not know. I suppose that there must have been once upon a time. Lopez is the man to ask about anything pertaining to the estate.
Must be something about this game because the mouse is doing that
I'll have a
lagging
look
out
around
thing
if
again.
That's okay.
My home.
Alright, let's go back outside and ask him. So we can stand in front of his hose and get soaked again.
Hi, Lopez. Got a minute?
Certainly, senor. How can I help you?
You must know just about everything that there is to know about this place.
See, I have lived my whole life here in the service of the Vasconcelos.
Do you know of a well anywhere around here?
A well? Si, senor. This used to be a fortified villa. How can you last a siege without water?
Great! So where is it?
How should I know? The well was covered over in the last century. It was dangerous, you see.
And you have no idea where it was?
None. It was hidden even before my grandfather's time.
You must have a vague idea of where the well is.
It must have been in the old house's courtyard, so that would put it around here.
Here? Okay. Now, how do we find it?
There might be a way. Let me think about it.
Any ideas yet?
We are looking for a source of water, see?
Yes.
For generations, the Spanish country folk have had a secret way of locating water, even if it is meters beneath the ground.
Ah, you're not talking about water dousing, are you?
Eh?
You know, you get a stick and walk around until the stick twitches and dig there.
Oh, you've heard of it.
Yeah, I think most of the planet has. Okay, let's get a stick.
Uno momento. It must be a special stick, a Y of hazel.
Right. Do you have any hazel trees?
See, here. That is hazel.
I went over to find a suitable stick. Aha!
Here we go. I go over here. It's soaked again. It's just getting crazy now, royalty.
Hi, Lopez. Got a minute?
Certainly, senor. How can I help you?
Well, I got my divining rod. Now what?
Simplicity itself, senor. Hold the wand at the upper ends of the Y. Apply a little tension with your wrists so that the slightest movement of the wand's tip is clear, and walk slowly and steadily over the area.
Sounds easy enough. We'll find this well in no time.
Days later. You can really find anything marching over the ground like that, isn't he? Just use TNT. You'll find it in minutes. He's on his break now. That's how long he's been at it. They're all mad, royalty. Just waiting for it like to fall down the well.
Senor Stobbart, you've found something.
This is it. This is where we find the secret of the Templars. Hidden here for hundreds of years. Lost from the sight of man until now. The mystery is revealed.
It's a tin can.
I've been walking up and down with a twig in my hands, looking for a tin can.
It had water in it. That's what the dowsing stick must have detected.
I'd have to check with an archaeologist, but I don't think the Templars left that.
In truth, Senor Stobbart, the loan was laid many, many years ago. This can could date back to the Napoleonic Wars.
Get rid of it and I'll try it again. Lopez threw the can away. It seemed to fall an awfully long way. The splash at the end confirmed what we both suspected. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle.
It has been here all the time. All those years and nobody found it.
Stood in awe for a moment, marveling at the secrets all around us.
I could have fallen down that.
Oh, come on. How could you not have missed that and he's the groundskeeper?
The well had been lost for decades at least. The air was cool after the noon sun, but that's not what gave me goosebumps. I have a really, really bad feeling about this. From a distance, the lion's head had been impressive. Close up, it was frightening. Hey, one of the fangs is a separate piece.
Stick this in it? No.
I could hear the sound of a lot of stone moving, and I knew I was in danger. Oh, very funny, you psychos!
Signor Stobbart! Signor Stobbart! Are you all right?
It's okay, Lopez, I'm fine!
Que susto me has dado! You gave me a scare!
Nice try, Templars.
Let's head on through.
I wished that I had Leary's flashlight now. It was too dark to see, and I had to rely on touch. It just felt like a pitted stone wall. I'd almost been killed for the sake of a red herring.
Oh, we have missed something. Let's head back upstairs. No, it's here. You seen the movie, the Brendan Fraser mummy movie, the first one?
It was a small mirror hanging over the sink.
So we're going to do that thing with the... there goes the mouse again, lagging out. There's a bit in the movie where they use a mirror
I realized
to reflect all the light into the place.
From above. There, in the middle of the door, I could see some kind of socket. It looked like this wasn't quite the dead end it had seemed.
That is another movie that I do recommend because it's quite a fun one. Don't bother with either of the two sequels, they're pants. Especially the last one, that was awful.
I slid the stone key into the lock. There were buttons that turned the dials.
Oh no.
I must have made a mistake. The lock spun back to neutral and nearly took my fingers off. I was going to have to start from scratch again.
Right. Why do I get the feeling that this is the combination that was laid out on the in the window? You read out a whole load of numerals, and we didn't write them down. Anything at all in our inventory? Oh, maybe it's in here. Paris and dig site. It was before the dig site. I'm not seeing anything useful here. What's that? 13, 14. Do we have anything that would make up that? I think we are going to have to look this one up. Yeah, what happens when I press these?
Damn!
Let's go back a little bit more. Not seeing anything useful there. Alright, that's all the way back to the beginning of the game. Alright, so this notepad is absolutely useless. If it can get all the way back to the beginning of the game in a couple of key presses. Ah, right, what we got here? On the outside, Norman Oak. That is a long combination if that's what it's going to have to be. We've got XIV.
I heard the sounds of the lock moving. Either that or the wall was going to come down on my head.
Oh, we can't open that. Right, we're going to have to write this down in the chat.
Oh, not another mistake.
Right, oh, and I can't get off the screen without minimizing the game. Right. Plan B. I'm going to have to take a photograph of it. What a carry on. Right, stick that on the bottom of my keyboard. And we'll try again. So we've got XIV was the first one. Now we want XXVII. Oh, that rotates it the other way. XXVII.
Wrong again, Stobbart.
Right, so if that's not it. Oh, I did the triple one, did I? Ah. We got one. Wait for it to give us control of the mouse again. Any time now. XX. Right, 2 eyes. Oh, and then the next one is come on, let's use the mouse. And then we've got a VI and an LXX. XI. Well, there isn't one. Because it says, well, we did the XXVII, and it says at the top, and then it says VI and L XXXI to the left. That's as far as that goes. There's no I on the end of it. Oh, right, so have that blank space, you mean? Shall find out. Yeah, that's it, right. So... and there's an eye on its own, all the way around. I feel like some of these puzzles just go a little bit too far. Right, so then that's just to the left. Then it says triple I and I. Was that another gap? An I on its own. So that on the right, and then it is XVII. So XVII. X1 is XII. Then we have XXV. Actually, do we have an XX here? So XXV. And that's the end of the picture. There's something else in there. Oh, don't tell us we're going to have to start with that again. There must be something on the line below. It's not in this picture. Right, we're going to have to look this one up because I'm not typing in all that again.
The summer's calling. The summer's calling. If the kingdom is overthrown, meet me at the cornerstone. I know that I can't be without you. This bond is solid gold. We're a diamond and an emerald. It took me forever to find you. 'Cause when it's all over, the love that you give will be there to guide you.
What a carry on that was. I just need to minimize this one more time because I now have the notes. Close that window down.
Before I left, though, there was one last thing to do.
I'm gonna propose.
You won't be needing that replacement piece anymore, Countess. I found it with the children. You'll probably want to be alone for a while. I'll be out in the garden with Lopez.
George, welcome back.
Come in, George. It's good to see you again.
Is it?
George sounds jealous.
Sure. What did you find in Spain?
Without Andre, we wouldn't have got this far, George.
Yeah, I know. The clues led to an underground chamber at the bottom of a well. The Templars had left a tapestry showing a chessboard. The white pieces were vastly outnumbered. There was a stream running across the board, and a Templar knight on a horse.
Does it mean anything to you, Andre?
No, nothing.
Maybe we should tell Andre what else you found, George.
There's a map and a Latin inscription to the west at the edge of the world.
George found that in a cave in Syria.
Yeah, where the assassin almost killed me.
Then we've got the burning of Jacques de Molay and the date, 1314.
From the window of the church in Montfaucon Square, one of the few places where nobody tried to kill me.
Then we have the image of a church that George found at the excavation. I don't recall anyone trying to kill you there either, George.
And finally we have the tapestry in Spain. Did I mention I almost got killed there?
Not yet, but I'm sure you're about to.
It was only my cat-like reflexes that saved me from certain death.
Cat-like reflexes, eh?
And while I was risking life and limb, where were you, Andre? Getting your glasses fogged up over an Etruscan vase?
That's enough, boys. Can we get back to saving the world?
Of course. My apologies.
He started it.
Well, the Latin phrase are the words of Julius Caesar. He was describing the island of Britain.
Are you sure? The map didn't look much like Britain.
How come Caesar described Britain as being at the edge of the world?
To the Romans, the Mediterranean was the center of the universe. Britain was a remote, unfriendly place, inhabited by blue-painted savages.
It hasn't changed much.
They've stopped painting themselves blue.
Except when they go to a football match.
They used an extract from a plant called woad, Isatis tinctoria. The Scots were using it until fairly recently in the wars with the English.
Fairly recently? I don't recall the Scots being at war with the English. How recently are you talking about?
I believe William Wallace's men used it in the 13th century. They might well have been using it as late as...
You can't remember, can you?
1314.
Ah, we're back onto that, are we?
Andre, what is it? What do you mean?
1314 in Scotland. The Battle of Bannockburn.
That would explain the stream on the chessboard. That's what a burn is. Right, Andre? As in Bannockburn?
Right, George. And it gets better. Tradition has it that the Scots were helped by a shock force of, well, can't you guess?
Knights Templar?
Yes, a group of outlawed Templars. They are said to have turned the tide for the Scots.
And it all ends at a church in the Isle of Britain at Bannockburn in a church.
What are we waiting for? I'll call a cab.
I can't go.
Andre, you've been loads of help, but...
What George is trying to say is that you shouldn't feel guilty.
I was?
We understand you've got commitments. Oh, listen, we have to hurry. Let's go, George.
We'll see it through. Oh, and, don't worry about us.
The next morning. When have you seen a carriage like this? Yep, he's heading up to Scotland to visit.
Pardon me.
I've got to say that's a
Must be
bloke in a
deaf.
dress, but look, there's a little
Yes,
scarf on the
my
picture.
dear.
Do you know what time we're due in Stirling?
It's the
5:45, but we're running 8 minutes late.
He's going to Stirling, which is where I'm going later in this week. Need more chicken feed. Aye, yeah, it's like the Orient Express, and but I suppose that the closest you would get to this sort of train now is the Hogwarts one that goes from Edinburgh, but not on the weekends. You'd think they could make a fortune selling tickets to that on the weekends, but it's only weekdays that it operates.
Do you know Stirling well?
Yes, I do. Is that where you two lovebirds about?
Yeah, we...
It's one of the places we thought we'd see on our holiday.
Be sure to visit the castle, won't you?
Oh, I'm sure it's a neat place. But we are not really interested in history, are we, George?
No.
I've been to the castle, and I don't know whether or not Scotland was maybe, like full of like Oompa Loompas, centuries ago, or if it's over the centuries that they've compressed down over. But all the doorways in the castle are incredibly low.
Is there a church called St. Ninian's at Stirling?
Yes, there is. And I know why you're going there.
You do?
Of course I do. It's obvious you're in love. You're eloping, and they say romance is dead.
What's the book you're reading?
Oh, it's something I picked up at the station. A medieval detective story. Quite well written for that kind of thing. It's been out of print for years.
What's the title of the book?
The Crooked Crusader Caper by Molly Pegram. I assumed the author was a woman, but apparently not. His real name is...
Professor Nigel Pegram.
That's right. Do you know him?
No, I never met him.
George is a great fan of his, though.
Do you know what this is?
Yes, I do. A young friend of mine shook my hand with one just the other day.
Yeah? Well, that's outrageous. He should be shot.
Perhaps. Still,
Still
his
time.
intentions were good.
I'm sorry that you've been zapped by one of these things.
You shouldn't be.
It was him that got zapped. Your Scotland wouldn't be your choice to elope. You'd think they would go the other way, wouldn't they? You would go like to Paris, wouldn't you?
Does the name Merlin mean anything to you?
Merlin, a master of illusions. Oh, you said Merlin? Then no, nothing.
Would you believe that this clown's nose led us to being on this train tonight?
I would indeed.
No, honestly, it... You would?
Certainly. You have an honest face.
Yep. That's a nose with a history, all right.
So you said.
Do you think that she's angry? Look at her leg going. She's irritated with George.
Where are you going, George?
Do I need to spell it out?
Don't snap at me. If you're going to take a leak, why don't you say so?
Okay, I'm going to take a leak. L-E-A-K.
Tickets, please.
Oh, hi.
More moustaches.
That's a standard full-price peak return. Don't you have a senior citizen's rail card?
I rarely travel by train. My ticket is perfectly valid, is it not?
Well, yeah, but you could have saved up to a third of the cost.
I do not need to indulge in puffling thriftiness.
Blimey, you're a funny old bird and no mistake. Tickets, please, sir.
Here.
I liked her line there.
Off to Stirling, eh?
Yes, we are.
Well, I hope you won't be disappointed. It's a miserable place this time of year. Still, there's plenty of pubs,
and a lovely view from the castle.
Thank you.
I don't want to worry you, but there was something familiar about that guy.
Are you sure? You're tired. Perhaps you're mistaken.
Maybe. But I didn't like the look in his eyes when he spoke to you.
Yeah, they've all got brilliant accents.
Can't you sit still, George?
I need to go to the John.
While you're there, check out the buffet car, George. Unthinkable though it is, I am hungry enough to eat English food.
Okay.
Cheek.
I didn't want to wake him. To be frank, without a cold water hose, I didn't think I could wake him. All I could see of the man's face was a massive purple bruise around his eye. The man's face was blotched and unshaven. I guess he'd been traveling all night. Hi! Having a party?
No, this is breakfast. Come on, join us, man. Away, Basha, wake up, man. What's company?
His breath was
Oh,
like the
no.
outlet from a chemical factory.
Excuse my mate, he's taking a nap. Sleeping like a bobby. I'll wake him up when we get to Newcastle.
We passed through Newcastle half an hour ago.
And I never noticed.
What is that stuff you're drinking? It smells like gasoline.
Probably is.
I'll put hairs in your chest, like.
And your eyeballs too, by the looks of you.
Do we risk doing the electro handshake? You've probably gone up like a light.
Would you like a red nose?
No thanks, pal. I got one of my own.
Have you ever seen this man before?
Aye, man. He's chalky white and I claim my 10 quid, like.
No, he's an international assassin, and he goes by the name Khan.
Well, aye, man, but I was close, you know.
Do you know what this is?
No, man, what is it?
It's a hand buzzer.
You won't catch me out with that, pal.
If I'd wanted to catch you out, I wouldn't have shown it to you, would I?
Well, maybe it's his mate, pal. Like a clever double bluff, you know.
See you later.
That's just awful.
You haven't opened that window, pal.
Why not?
It's freezing out there.
You're from Newcastle, that shouldn't be an issue. You should be in shorts and t-shirts at all times.
Oh,
The fella from the
no.
hotel.
That gangster creep from the hotel, Guido. Well, he didn't scare me. Hey, Buster, this is a no-smoking car. Okay, maybe he did scare me. It got worse. I suddenly realized who the conductor had reminded me of. MacLeod, Marquet's murderer. The door was locked.
Try the next one.
The door was locked. I really didn't want to shoot the breeze with this guy.
The mouse keeps on doing this lagging out thing again. Oh, and she's disappeared.
I should have known better than to leave Nico and the old lady alone. Suddenly, the sword of Baphomet took second place to finding the girl I loved.
You've known that for all of 10 minutes.
Leave it alone, man.
The windows seemed to have been sprayed with tiny flecks of froth. I really didn't want to shoot the breeze with this guy.
Need to get past him.
The door was locked. The door was locked. Guido looked like a weasel in a chimney. He also looked like the kind of man who wouldn't lose much sleep over murder.
So we've missed it here, perhaps? See if there's any more points to click on, but I don't think there is. We need to get out that window so we can get on the roof of the train.
Hey, buddy. Listen, I need your help.
What's the matter?
There's a guy on this train who's trying to kill me.
Relax, man. You wouldn't try nothing with us in Basharia. We are veterans like. Slow action at Brightlingsea.
I don't recall the British Army being involved in a conflict in anywhere called Brightlingsea.
Well, you just take it from me, pal. You're in safe hands.
Did you see what happened to the young woman in the next compartment?
No, pal, I didn't. Have you lost her, like?
She's disappeared. The old lady, too. I think they're in trouble.
Oh, yeah, man. An old lady, too.
Yeah. You gotta help me.
Maybe they went to the toilet, like.
I don't think so.
They never go on their own. Always in pairs, you know.
No, she's been abducted. I'm sure. I've got to go look for her.
What's stopping you, pal?
The conductor. He's not what he seems.
You want to avoid him, like?
That's about it, yeah.
No problem.
See you later.
There we go.
Give it to it, pal. Don't jump.
I don't intend to jump. I'm going to climb on top of the train.
You're kidding, aren't you?
Just watch me.
What's that there? Is that from? Is that when Hermione went to the bathroom in Harry Potter? She was attacked by the troll.
Hold on now, pal. I'll give you a hand, like.
A clip of him. Down the ladders.
I'd always wanted to stop a train, and now was my chance. You saved our lives, but why?
We were always on the same side, Stobbart. Different causes, but a common enemy.
The Knights Templar?
Don't call them that. The real Templars were a noble foe. These barbarians have no right to that name. These men are no better than dogs.
What are the Neo-Templars after? What is the Sword of Baphomet?
Not what you think, my friend. It is a weapon, yes, but one which our enemies will find difficult to wield. A double-edged sword. A power older than Demolay, older than Solomon.
We'll stop them. You and me together, and Nico.
No, George. My journey ends soon at the Garden of Paradise.
You're talking in riddles. Can't you tell me straight what they're after?
The sword symbolizes a colossal energy caused by the alignment of the Earth's natural power fields.
Which are focused at St. Ninian's.
The energy endowed the Templars with the power which made them great. a power which made them charismatic to such an extent they could control the will of all around them.
How did you escape from the bull's head?
It is a long walk from the cliff of the bull to the village, Stobbart. Fortunately, I know the ways of the wilderness.
No.
Did not want his nose back.
Maybe not. No way.
So the conversation's exhausted from him.
May Allah guide you to our enemies.
Thanks.
One last thing.
What? What is it? He's dead.
Can we remember from his corpse like we did all the other corpses? Nope.
Where do you think you're going?
Don't worry. I hadn't forgotten about you.
Answer me this instant, George Stobbart.
I will. When I'm ready.
That's not fair, George.
No.
You took advantage while my hands were tied.
When Eklund pointed that gun at me, I thought I was gonna die. I thought of all the things I'd never get to do, and kissing you was at the top of my list.
George?
Uh-huh.
George, we've got to get off the train. Eklund could recover at any time.
So what are we waiting for?
What are you doing?
I'm out of here.
Not that door. Do you want to end up like Flap?
Not especially. What remains of him is well on his way back to London. I hope he was traveling on a return ticket.
I'll leave a door then. Almost at the end of the game now.
I'd feel happier if we had a gun or something.
Khan gave me something.
What?
His handbag.
Oh, great. If we run into any killers, we can give him a good buffeting. Didn't he have any weapons?
You don't know half of it. This bag's full of C4.
Wow. Why didn't you say so? Boy, we'll show him now. What's C4?
Plastic, George.
We're going to shop our way to victory?
2 kilos of plastic explosive. The detonator's broken now.
No problem. We'll buy a box of matches somewhere.
It doesn't work that way. It takes a small explosion to start the big explosion.
Well, that's not much use then. What does that sign say?
Apparently during the English Civil War in the mid-17th century, this place was used as an arms dump.
Yeah? What happened?
Look at the state of this place, George. You work it out.
Oh, stray spark?
You got it. The tower was the only thing to survive the blast.
I hope the explosion didn't destroy the Sword of Baphomet.
Do you? I rather hope it did.
Remember, Chrissy, though, we have 4 more adventures with these characters to play through. What we got here then?
I scrabbled around in the rubble and found an old clay pipe with a broken stem. The handle turned easily and the larger wheel began to revolve.
Who's
Damn.
vandalising
Then the
things?
handle came off in my hand.
You got the face on it.
No. Maybe not. No way.
You screak at that.
I tried pushing the panel, but wasn't surprised when it failed to move. Nico?
Uh-huh.
What are you doing?
Committing this inscription to memory.
Can you read it?
No.
With the clay pipe in his mouth, he looked happy, homely, like somebody's granddaddy.
What do you think you're doing, Josh?
I wondered if there was a secret mechanism in the demon's mouth.
Maybe you should show a little more respect.
For a mythical medieval demon? Give me a break.
Okay. Go right ahead. Meddle with forces you don't understand. Incur the demon's wrath and burn in hell. Just see if I care.
Right, let's have a bit more rummage around.
Under one of the stones, I found a metal coin which was green with age. It was caked with soil, but what I'd found was a small cog and spindle. With mounting excitement, I felt something between my fingers. It was short, hard, and black. Something I hadn't expected to find here. It was a plastic pentop.
Anything else?
I didn't find anything. Now that the handle was gone, it was easy to remove the cog and spindle. The cog slipped neatly into the eye socket. With a rasp of metal on stone, I eased the second.
He looks
eye
incredibly
into place.
shocked now.
I pushed the handle into the demon's mouth. The cogs all meshed. I began to turn.
The eye spinning around. Oh, is he stuck? Oh, there we go.
As soon as I saw the flickering torches, I realized the bogus Templars had beaten us to the sword. But where were they now? And why was it so quiet?
They'll blow this up shortly.
Listen, I can definitely hear chanting.
You're right. I hear it too. What do you suppose they're doing?
It wouldn't surprise me if they were holding some kind of satanic sex ritual.
So, what are we waiting for? Will you look at that? Baphomet. Labino was right. This place was ancient even to the Templars.
This whole place? This is Baphomet?
Finally, the truth. The Templars had never worshipped this graven image, no more than they'd worship a rainbow. But, like a rainbow, they regarded it as a symbol of a covenant with God, who'd revealed this place to them.
Rosso! Why, the double-dealing treacherous?
On the contrary, Inspector Rosso has been the model of obedience, an important quality in a true Templar. Now be quiet and watch, if you wish to live much longer.
Brothers and sisters, we are gathered here to witness the reforging of the sword that was broken. Here before God's sentinel, Baphomet, Grand Master and Knight of Baphomet, we salute and pledge our obedience to you.
I salute you, gatekeeper of the temple. 7 centuries ago, our greatest weapon, the sword of Baphomet, was lost to us. Now we prepare to reforge it, to wield against new enemies. We shall lead the people to a new order, wherein all borders will dissolve. All will be united under the red cross of the Templars. George, we have watched your efforts to stop us with respect. But surely you realize that you have been misled by our enemies. Both of us want a better world. Fortunately, no harm has been done. We need determined, resourceful men like you. Join us, George. Join us in true brotherhood.
Yeah. True. Wait. Brothers? What about Marquet? What about Pegram and Klausner? You didn't look on them as brothers, only as failures. 3 men dead, and you don't give a damn.
George, you know that sacrifices are necessary. Every great undertaking.
Join you. I'll see you in hell first.
Ah, George, I had great hopes for you. C'est la guerre. Eklund, kill him.
I swear, I just wanted things to be right.
Take them. Kill them. They will not escape.
Well, well. If it isn't the great detective and his beautiful assistant, it's going to be a pleasure killing the pair of you.
George, what are we going to do?
Come on, Nico. We're leaving.
You fools! You cannot escape us. Guido! Stop them.
But, Master, the powder!
That powder is from the English Civil War. You fool. It's over 300 years old. How explosive do you think it can be?
I thought it was all over, but Nico had one last trick up her sleeve. Or in her handbag, to be exact. A handbag full of plastic explosives.
Maybe, but this stuff is brand new.
We didn't stay long in Scotland. George had a vacation to finish, and I had another story to write. Not the real story, of course, but enough half-truths to fill a page and pay my rent for the month. George and I hung out together in Paris. I showed him my favorite restaurants, and he told me his best jokes.
You know, Nico, this city holds so many memories for me now. The cafes, the music.
The sewers.
Tell me about it. The clowns.
The jugglers.
And your pal Labano.
Oh, yes, dear Andre.
When we first met, and I was doing my detective stuff, you kind of disappeared a lot, Nico. Were you and Labano,
There was something happening, but nothing to do with Andre.
Uh-huh.
It was something from the past that I had to deal with, on my own. So, I dealt with it, and now it's over.
Hey, did I ever tell you the one about the old Irish couple in the lottery?
No, but I think you're going to.
Okay, there's this old Irish couple.
They've been married forever, like 50 years, and they win the lottery.
And there we go. That was a rather abrupt ending. Not even the credits to watch. But that concludes the director's cut of Broken Sword: Shadow of the Templars. Yeah, it was that was very, very abrupt after the cutscene. No credits or anything like that. Yeah, I said these are the point and click games, like these sort of stories. Well, I don't go in for like the the multiplayer games that you have now, with all your Fortnites and your Call of Duties and what have you. I prefer all the single player things and proper storytelling. And added bonus with this, it just has like some hilarious one-liners and some outrageous accents. Let's have a quick scan of the options though. We should at least put the credits up to conclude the series whilst we're rounding it off. Can't be that many, I wouldn't imagine, on here anyway. But we'll have to decide if I'm just going to mute that because there's music coming on, and that you know what YouTube's like. We'll have to have a little think as to whether or not next week we start Broken Sword 2, or if we're going to break it up and maybe play Simon the Sorcerer for a couple of weeks, and then go to Broken Sword 2 after that, just so it's not like the continuous one. Because I'm looking forward to like doing the Simon the Sorcerers, because Simon the Sorcerers 1 and 2, they are my like #1 point and click adventure game. They're hilarious. Plus, as well, the music that's in the first one has been stuck in my head for about 25 years, and I think it's only fair that you're subjected to the same thing, and see if we can get the music lodged in your brain for all eternity. But I'm probably going to be going more or less straight to bed as well, I think, tonight. I want to hop into my creative world for a bit, because did you see the little video clip that I shared? Was it this morning or this afternoon? There, I figured out how to take the vertical inputs, from the DHD, to take the the signal down, so that you could get the individual like outputs. And I need now to come up with a mechanism for setting a combination where we can dial 7, like press all 7 buttons in a particular sequence. And then when you press the go button in the middle, then if you've got the right address, it will then dial the gate and prime the command block. And then so it has the right command block, so that when you walk through into the water on the gate, you'll then get TP'd to the gate, the correct one that you've dialed. I've got a couple of ideas of how to do it, but I don't know if I want to get into too much detail to it tonight. Otherwise, I'll wind up being up till 5 o'clock in the morning. But I would have thought this. Oh, hang on, German version. Oh, there must be credits for every single nationality of who's done the voiceovers. Because once the credits have rolled, I'll have a quick jump on to see who's streaming, and we'll go and bother them for 5 minutes. I'll probably check from my phone just to get an idea. Actually, whilst I've got this open, whenever I start streaming, I get a message on my phone saying that there's extra controls I can use on my phone here. Let's just see what any of these controls are. Nope, doesn't look like anything useful. Oh, there we go. We're at the end of the credits there anyway. Right. Let's exit the game. I actually want to quit. Yep. Right, now we will quickly hop onto here, and we'll see who's streaming, so we can get our bonus points. How many tens of millions of eggs have you racked up now? Start raid. Cubfan is not streaming apparently. He must have finished his stream. I did get the notification saying he'd gone live. You're at exactly 47. So we have a choice of Anita, Angry Joe, or Mr. Weeble. He's playing Titanfall 2. Oh, that's a game that I definitely want to play. Because I loved the first Titanfall. But Titanfall 2 apparently has a proper story campaign. Is he still showing for you? Well, hang on. We'll refresh the page. Just in case. Unless he's disabled raids on his channel, perhaps. It's the only thing I'm thinking for that. He's must have disabled raids. We'll hop over and we'll watch a bit of Titanfall for 5 minutes anyway. So tomorrow night will be Minecraft night. My plan is to just work a bit on the base. I want to sort of map it out a bit more so I can decide what's actually going to fit into the different places dotted around. We might make the actual pass, but at the very least we'll lay them out. And we'll see whatever other odds and ends come up. As we're playing, we might come up with some other projects or some other little builds that might be fun to work on. But that'll be tomorrow anyway. So I'll start this raid here. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you all next time. Thank you for joining me today. If you are enjoying our journey and would like to see more, then please rate, comment, favourite and subscribe in whichever manner your chosen platform allows. If you are joining us on Twitch, Mixer or YouTube, where we have loads more for you to watch, from our live streams to all our episodes across our various series. You can also drop by and say hi over on Discord, where we chat about everything from Minecraft to books and movies to tabletop games. But most importantly, thank you very much for watching and have a lovely day.